Hey guys, Saksham and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day, great night, great evening, with whatever time you're watching this. Today we're taking a look at how to clean your camera sensor. So the sensor is actually the one that's behind that mirror. How to clean that, when you should clean it, and what things you need to clean it. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. So whether you have a mirrored camera or a mirrorless camera, every single camera, especially DSLRs, SLRs, comes with a sensor at the back. This is the actual thing that actually records or captures your videos or photos. And usually what happens, this is actually rare in mirrored cameras. So mirrored camera is the one that the mirror comes in front. It just covers the sensor, protects it. But for example, mirrorless camera, so the one I'm shooting from, it does not have this mirror or glass to actually protect the sensor, so the sensor is exposed. Now with it being exposed, when you're changing lenses or just want to put it in a lens, you could be in a dusty location, a windy location. What could happen is that some debris, some small dust particles that it's hard to view from your eye, will just go on the sensor and just stick on the sensor. And when they do, you will not notice it. You will be like just taking pictures and all that stuff. But then at the end, when you go home or go in your office to look at that footage, you might see these spots, like maybe on the bottom corner, or spots pretty much all over your screen. Most of the time when these spots happen, usually your lens is dirty. But if you know your lens is clean and you still take pictures or any white background images, you see those spots, most probably there's some debris, something that's stuck on your sensor which is causing all that. It actually happened with me too. While I was filming, I did not notice these spots at all. First thing that I always do if I see dust or anything that's on my sensor is to actually do automatic cleaning. So every camera, whether it's Sony, Canon, Panasonic, if you go explore the settings, there's a setting called sensor clean. It can be worded differently depending on which brand the camera is from. So now once you find the setting, you can just press that OK and let it clean the sensor. So for example, depending on which camera you have, such as mirrorless, when you do sensor cleaning, nothing is happening. You won't really see that because everything is behind the mirror. The mirror comes down, so you can't really see what's happening. However, if you have a mirrorless camera, what happens in that case is the camera, it shakes that sensor that way that any dust particle that's just loose sitting on the sensor will just fall off. Now when you're doing that, what you want to do is you want to point the camera down, not up or not straight, because if you do that, the dust is not going anywhere else, it might just stick to it. So if you still got debris on your sensor, even after the automatic clean, you can still see debris, whether it's visible or you take a picture, you still see that. What you want to do is go ahead and purchase these kits. These are sensor cleaning kits. So which kit you want to get totally depends on you, because there are lots of variations you can get. Some comes with a full kit with the air blower, swab, solution, cleaning cloth, and all that stuff. But personally, honestly, what I think, you don't need any of that stuff. That's just extra. So what I got, this kit, the particular one, I will put a link in the description below. You don't need anything extra, you just need the swabs. These are already sterilized and with all the solution you need for the sensor to go wipe it off. I will highly suggest, before you go ahead and purchase the kit, look what size your sensor is and what type of sensor it is. Once you have your kit, what you want to do is you want to take one of these swabs out. So keep the camera, you can put it on a flat table or desk. Have enough light so you can actually see the debris on the sensor. You want to at least know where the debris is, so when you do use the swab, you can still see if the debris is left or it's gone. So now with most of the mirrorless cameras or the Sony camera, Sony Alpha A7 III, what you want to do is you want to go in settings, you want to go in sensor clean, so the automatic sensor clean, and initiate that. So then when it's done cleaning the sensor, it will tell you now you can, if you want to manually clean the sensor, you can, because what it does is in the cleaning mode, once it's done cleaning the sensor, it locks the axis. That way when you're removing the swabs on the sensor is actually not moving and it becomes easier. So now you don't want to turn off your camera, keep the camera on, open the lid if it's not already open, take one of the swabs out. So you want to start from left and you want to go to right. I would say keep the swab at an angle of 60 degrees. Once that's in, just go from left to right, a normal gentle sweep. So then what you want to do is you can change your hands or you can flip the swab up. So you don't want to use the same side and go to the left. So once you're on the left, just take the swab out and see if there's any dust particles or any debris left on the sensor. If there is, don't reuse this swab, because these swabs are actually meant to be disposable. They're not meant to be reused every single time. So now check if there's still any debris left on the sensor. If not, you're all good. Put a lens on, put the cover back on. Try the camera. Do you still see any spots or nothing? Because if you don't see anything, you're all done. If you do, just do this whole thing again. That's how you clean the swab in a mirrorless camera. So what about you have a mirrored camera, right? You have a mirror in front of it. Well, what you want to do is you want to go in photo mode. So just normal photos, so you can even go in video mode of the camera. And then you will see the mirror is right in front, because the lens is not there, it didn't really switch to movie mode. What you want to do is you want to press the recording button and the shutter button, and what will that do is flip it over. Then you can see the sensor. Same thing, take a swab out. Now again, for me, if I would clean the sensor on the Canon camera, I would have a different swab, different size, really small one. I would go from left to right, right to left, and just take the swab out. Don't put it back again. Once that's done, just turn off your camera and you should be good to go. So that's how you clean your sensor, whether it's a mirrorless camera or mirrored camera. I will put all the links in the description below. Make sure to press the like button if you like this video. If you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. It's right on the left side. The arrows pointing, just press that and then you can subscribe. Check out my other video right up here, more like my recent video. Other than that, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.